So pleased right now to bring in Republican from New Jersey, Congressman who serves on the House Judiciary Committee, Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Pleasure, sir. Welcome in this Friday.
Great to be with you, Bianca. Thanks for having me.
In just a few minutes, we'll hear from Kamala Harris. She's landed in Raleigh. She's going to be unveiling really what many say are communist, socialist, reforms that she wants to set prices. You have Donald Trump yesterday speaking about the economy. But at the heart of it, too, at least he's taking questions. This weird video was dropped by Harris-Walz where they're talking about just, frankly, nonsense. I want to play this for our viewers and get your reaction.
She could have at least said,
like, I have white guy tacos and
what is
like
that,
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
Tim, what's your relationship to music?
Yeah. For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River.
My personal favorite musicians for when I was younger was Prince.
Oh.
And of course from your estate.
I mean, the world is on fire, and they're talking about tacos and music. Your reaction? I think it's such an insult to American workers and American families who are hurting, Congressman.
It is an insult to America. You're right. I mean, it's just shameful. They are trivializing what is one of the most important parts in times of our history. We have open borders. We still have high inflation. It's just not as high as it was, but it's unbelievably expensive for people to go to the grocery store to buy an automobile. You have to earn twice as much money today as you did 4 years ago to buy a home. The world's on fire. We know what's happening in the Mideast. We know what's happening in Ukraine. We know what happened in Afghanistan, the disgraceful way we left and the troops that we lost.
Yes.
And they're talking about tacos and their childhood and their adolescence. I mean, and they think they're going to appeal to people with this. And
they really do.
I know. And Bianca, I would ask Americans just to really focus here. Where are we now? Where are we 4 years ago? How are you doing now? How were you doing 4 years ago? And do you think this country has a future? This is not the future of the country. And the last thing I'll say here is she is the face of the open borders. She's the face of high inflation. She's the face of high mortgage rates.
And apparently, too above talking to people, talking to news reporters. I want to just put up who's speaking next week. You're right. We need to focus because the message coming out, here's the lineup for next week. Biden, Hillary, Barack, Bill, Tim Walz, and finally Kamala on Thursday. I mean, when we look ahead to Chicago, Congressman Van Drew, they're going to try to really pull out the bells and whistles, just like we saw Martin Sheen at the White House. It's all about the elites. It's all a fantasy in a way. It's kabuki theater.
It is. I don't think we should be going to celebrities to determine what the future of the country is going to be and what our public policy is going to be. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little bumpy for Republicans because they are going to put on a masterful show. This is going to be right out of a Hollywood production. It's going to be unbelievable. But people, I need to focus, and I believe Americans are focusing. And if we truly believe that the best is yet ahead for America, that we are going to pave new pathways of greatness and glory for America, this is not how we're going to do it. We have to be strong and we have to be better.
We certainly do. And we also have to, I guess, stand by our ally. But you have people like Ilan Mar, who you know just won, making these radical comments on MSDNC here, as we are hopefully going to get some type of deal for the American hostages. This is incredible that they can have this type of stance here. Let's play this and get your reaction.
Majority of Americans that are disgusted with the way Israel has conducted this war and the arrogance and ignorance of Netanyahu and the dangerous man that he is. We have to cut ties with his administration and say no more.
The atrocities in Israel, and yet here is the comments. And you know the pro-Hamas wing is going to be out next week also in Chicago at the DNC, Congressman Van Drew.
This is a pro-Hamas party. They don't want to admit it. And they're going to, one thing everybody should be cognizant of, the Democrats right now, before the election, are going to act like they're regular folks like you, that families, that they support Israel, that they're just regular middle Americans. They're not. And once, if they, God forbid, they get in control or get into more control, they are going to not Israel. They don't like Israel. And Kamala Harris is the face of that. She has said it over and over again. It's her words. Nobody's putting words in her mouth.
No, they're not. And the ties to China from Walz, you know, now there's this new report from a paper in Nebraska where he told his students, Congressman, to downplay your Americanness. He wants to avoid stereotypes the Chinese have that every American is rich. Well, you know what? People right now under the Biden-Harris administration, they're not feeling very well off at all. But this country was built on exceptionalism. It was built on entrepreneurship, the middle class that they are seeking now, not just to hurt, I think effectively crush and destroy the backbone of our great nation.
At the end of the day, this election is about a lot of individual issues, and Republicans are right on those issues. At the end of the day, it's about the biggest issue of all. Do we continue the republic, the shining city on the hill, this great nation, unlike any other nation in the world? And I am not ashamed to say it. I am proud of America, and America is the best and should continue to be the best. Real quickly, in the Judiciary Committee, when we wanted to start every meeting, and we do, with a pledge of the flag, the Democrats on the Judiciary Committee fought against that and didn't want to do it. That says it all.
It sure does. And we'll see what type of symbolism they have over there in Chicago next week. Nary an American flag, I'm sure, unlike what we're seeing from the Trump rallies and also the RNC. A lot of love, compassion, and unity for this nation. Congressman Jeff Van Drew, always great to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate being with you.
Thank you.